Hello, you awesome people. I trust that you're doing absolutely fantastic on this super awesome day. And I today want to be able to talk to you about something very specific because, Simon Sinek always keeps saying about leadership that it is not really about being in charge, but it is about taking care of those in your charge. And I absolutely love that concept of leadership. And I know for a fact that yesterday when I was doing my live session, one of my students asked about, okay, what kind of leadership qualities do you really need in order to excel in this world, whether it's in business or in your profession, whatever it is that you choose to excel in. And there are 16 such qualities that I have been able to identify. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to make 2 different videos talking about 8 different qualities, and I'm definitely going to give you examples so you will be able to go back in time or go back in history, go back in your own lives and check, is that a quality that you have as well? So if you are ready to receive, to learn, to imbibe, and then of course to implement all of these qualities that need to be in a leader so that you can actually go out there and make that massive impact in the world, then go ahead and give me a yes in the comment box if you're watching this video right now. Yes, I'm very sure that all of you want to excel wherever it is that you are, okay? Whether it's in business, in your profession, and effective leadership is crucial in all these areas. And of course, depending on the industry that you are part of, obviously, the context that you're in, your leadership qualities will have to keep changing, or you need to keep tweaking them. But there are certain fundamental traits and skills that are generally essential for massive success in business leadership. Let's get straight to it. The first thing that I truly believe is required is vision. Vision. Think about it. A successful leader, business or otherwise, even in your own family, you need to have a very clear vision of where do you want to take your organization, if I talk about an organization, or where do you want to take your family, if that's what you're talking about, or if you are somebody who's self-employed, then where do you want to take yourself, right? So where is the organization headed? And your ability to communicate this vision to your team, to your people, that is exactly what's going to help you become that leader that everybody expects you to be. This vision is actually going to help everyone's efforts to be a lot more aligned towards that common goal that you might have set out for them as well, right? Now, this is where I want to be able to give you the example of Steve Jobs, of course, the co-founder of Apple Incorporation, and he had a very clear vision of creating innovative, user-friendly kind of technology products. And he was very clear about this. He communicated this vision to his team, to his customers, with a lot of clarity as well. And that eventually shows in the way that Apple has been developing iconic products one after the other, whether it's the iPhones you talk about, or the watches you talk about, or the iPad you talk about, or for that matter the iPod, okay, when it came in. So all I'm trying to say here is that vision is mandatory and you cannot stay away from this. Okay, my next point, the next quality that you require as a leader is most certainly strategic thinking. Okay, so as a business leader, you should be able to think out of the box, think strategically, set long-term goals, set short-term and mid-term goals as well, but with one eye on the massive vision, on the big vision that you have for your organization or your company. You need to be able to develop plans to achieve them. So if you've set a goal, you need to be able to work backwards and list out what kind of action are you willing to take, what kind of action do you want your team to take, to your organization to take, in order for those dreams, those goals, that particular vision to actually come true. And this involves addressing market trends. Yes, and that's exactly where the strategic thinking comes in. You need to know your market. You need to know your competitors. Sometimes I feel you need to know your competitors better than you know yourself. Yes, because it's a good place to start start in, you need to know, so like I said, your competition, you need to know what kind of opportunities are available out there. You also need to be able to understand what are your limitations, where is the weak link in yourself, in your vision, in your team. You need to be able to think through all of these and then plan accordingly. It's very, very crucial. So as far as strategic thinking is concerned, I'd like to share with you about Elon Musk, of course, the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla. And he is actually known for his long-term strategic thinking, planning, all of that. And I'm very sure that you and I can attest to that, right? With the kind of news that keeps coming out about him, the kind of person that he is, right? He set the goal of reducing the cost of space travel and really making it possible for human beings to live on other planets. And I think that has driven SpaceX's mission. Of course, how much of that is going to be a reality and how quickly and how people will start really living in that reality, time will tell. And of course, I'm very sure you understand with all the other things that he's also doing that yes, it's something which is possible, and thanks to these kind of people who have been visionaries, thanks to these kind of people who bring to fore the importance of some of these qualities, you and I start understanding that yes, if they can do it, I can do it too. So how many of you are learning something about leadership here? Give me a me in the comment box if you're learning something new about leadership right here with me in this particular video. Yes? Awesome. Now, I want you to be also able to ask me whatever questions you need to ask towards as you keep going along and listening in to this entire and watching this entire video. My next point that I want to talk about, the next quality a leader must have is decision making. And believe me when I say this, I was talking to my community and sharing with that the decision making is an internal process. It is something that happens inside out. Okay, so yes, we do go through logic and all of that in order to help us make the decision, but a decision is by and large it's got a balance of logic and emotion. A lot of times it also tends to steer in or towards, or bend towards emotion a little more than it does towards logic. And it also has to do with your belief system. It also has to do with how do you have, what kind of an internal conversation do you have when you have all those logical pieces standing in front of you. What is the kind of internal conversation you're having with yourself as well? That also allows you to make a decision faster if that internal conversation and communication is clear. So effective decision making, of course, is a critical leadership skill, according to me and according to so many other people in this world. Leaders have to take those tough decisions. They have to make tough choices. They often have very limited information. So I'll give you a simple example. Sometimes we talk about, I have to take the right decision. What do you mean by the right decision? Right and wrong is very relative. It's subjective. So what seems right to you today, it's like with that limited information that we have, because we can't have all the information at one point in time. With that limited information, whatever decision you've taken is fantastic. It was the best situation, it was the best decision to take. But now, moving forward, can you make a decision and then make it right instead of waiting for all the signals to turn green and for you to make the right decision? What kind of person are you? Are you that kind of person? Are you also the kind of person who blames? Let's say, giving an example about our parents, they took a particular decision, but that was with limited information that they had, that was the best decision they could take. And now it's up to them, or it was up to them to make it right. And most of them have, some of them couldn't. But are you asking yourself, am I the kind of person who makes a decision and then makes it right, because that's the only way to go forward. Okay, and are you willing to take that calculated risk whenever it's necessary? That is also an aspect of decision making that I definitely want to bring to the fore, right? Now, if I give you an example of decision making, this is one of my favoriteest people in the world. I'm talking about Warren Buffett, the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. He's a renowned decision maker, and of course, in the world of investing, maybe you are an investor, maybe you aren't, but we can all take a lesson from the way that he makes his decisions. He makes well-informed investment decisions, often based on thorough research and analysis, but he doesn't overanalyze. Okay, so if he's gone through the research and the analysis, then he makes the decision, and then of course, like I said, you have to make it right? No matter what field or what industry you are in. Now, going to our fourth one. So, we've got 16 of these, but we're not going to cover all 16 in one video. I'm going to do 8 in one video and 8 in the next. So we are on the halfway mark at this point in time. The fourth quality that a leader must have is strong, effective, empathetic communication skills. These are so essential for conveying ideas, instructions, and expectations that you have from your teammates. You need to be able to express yourself fully and clearly. You might have certain expectations from your clients, from your customers, from your stakeholders, and you need to be able to share your ideas and give those instructions and very, very clearly without any ambiguity, such that when you're conveying a message, the message is understood with the intention that you set out conveying that message. So that intention is the most crucial part. When I talk about communication, I always end up talking about, if you are just talking the words out without feeling them, if you are not understanding what your audience's needs are, and if you're not, your solutions are not meeting the needs or the pain points of your people, then of course your communication is a waste. And as a listener, if you're only listening or hearing the words spoken, then you are conducting the act of listening, but you haven't really understood the communication. You haven't really understood the message with the intention that it was set out, because there are so many other aspects apart from just words. Words are cheap. They are the verbal side of communication, and most of the times, they only stand for about 7% of the communication of the message. 93% of your communication as a leader or as any person who's communicating is non-verbal, and you as a leader specifically need to be able to understand how do you use your body, how do you use your vocal tonality, how do you use your facial expressions, your gestures, how do you connect with the right intention such that your communication is very clear, it's effective, it fosters understanding and trust and credibility. That is required by a leader, and I definitely would like you to have that. And I think one of the people I have admired as a young girl as well is Indra Nooyi, the former CEO of PepsiCo, and she has been known for her very strong communication skills. She's a very powerful leader, and she's very effective. You have to listen to her to know what I'm saying, okay? The way that she effectively communicated her company's vision, the values that she and her company stood for, the strategies to the employees, to the stakeholders, oh my God, that is iconic, because it created a sense of alignment amidst people from the company, stakeholders, even for that matter, customers, so the entire ecosystem, so to speak. And you have to be able to listen to Indra Nooyi speak. If you haven't done that already, I definitely want you to do that, all right? Now, my fifth ability that a leader must have is adaptability. Another word for life is evolve and adapt, right? We need to adapt all the time. Business environments are dynamic, life is dynamic. We're constantly evolving as human beings, but also, if I speak specifically in the business scenario, things are happening every single day. Technology is evolving, businesses are adopting more and more technology, and therefore we need to adapt if we really want to remain relevant. Adaptation is important, adaptability is important if we want to remain relevant as human beings, as leaders, as people who are driving an organization, as people who are inspiring more people. We need to be adaptable. We need to be relevant. Leaders have to be open to change constantly, because change is the only constant. And they have to be able to lead other people, their teams, through the transitions, which can be painful, which can be, you want to tear your hair out. You don't like the change, because every one of us has understood this loud and clear, that nobody likes to come out of their comfort zone. You need to be able to be the kind of leader who inspires people to step out of their comfort zone and come into their sweat zone, and then from their sweat zone gradually guide them into their success zone. That's the only time that it's going to happen, if you're the kind of person, you're the kind of leader who's also adaptable and who's also willing to practice these few things in your own life as well. So I want to give you the example of Reed Hastings, the co-founder and CEO of Netflix here. He demonstrated so much adaptability. I mean, he transitioned the company from a DVD rental service to a leading global streaming platform as the entertainment industry evolved. And I think that's a brilliant example of adaptability. Right? So remember this name, Reed Hastings, and maybe go read up a little bit about him, so you will understand why I used his specific example to share with you about adaptability. Okay? Now, the next one that I want to talk about, the next attribute a leader should have, emotional intelligence. Now, emotional intelligence is huge. It envelops a lot of things. Understanding and managing one's emotions, yes, one aspect of emotional intelligence, and understanding and managing the emotions of others, that is a key leadership quality. So empathy, self-awareness, the ability to build strong relationships in your business are vital for your business, for your company, for your organization, for your people to grow massively. And without emotional intelligence, I really don't think that we would even be able to have conversations with each other. People would not stay. Okay, I have to tell you this. People don't leave companies, they leave bosses, they leave bosses. And that's the difference between a boss and a leader. A leader is somebody who is not really worried only about themselves. Exactly what I started with, what Simon Sinek constantly says. It's not about being in charge, but it is about caring for those who are in your charge. And this is where emotional intelligence needs to really be exercised, because unless and until you're thinking about people, unless and until you're thinking about their growth, if you are going to be constantly only thinking about your growth, believe me, that's never going to happen. I learned this very, very early in my life, that if you help enough and more people achieve their dreams, you will automatically achieve your dream. And I love this thought process. And that is the reason why I speak constantly about emotional intelligence. If you even listen to me speak otherwise, I'm constantly speaking about awareness, self-awareness. I'm constantly also speaking about, are you catching yourself? Are you practicing certain things which you need to practice in order to take your awareness to the next level, right? And where you'll be able to catch yourself going unconscious and then bring yourself back and say, okay, let's restart. Yeah, are you able to do that? Are you able to feel for somebody else? Yes, are you able to see other people grow and encourage them and say, wow, I'm super happy for you, and I want to be able to be, have a hand in your growth, and therefore I will not stop at my learning right here. I will continue my learning so that I don't stagnate Because if you look up to me as a leader, I have to keep improving. If I want you to come to my level, the next time you come to my level, I have to always be 1 or 2 steps ahead. And that happens even with our self-awareness, our empathy, all these other aspects of being able to understand our emotions and other people's emotions, because we are constantly influencing people as leaders, right? So Sheryl Sandberg, who is the COO of Facebook, now of course Meta Platforms Incorporated, she's known for her emotional intelligence, and she has shown a lot of empathy, a lot of leadership in addressing challenges and fostering a positive workplace culture. And if you'd like to read a little bit more about Sheryl Sandberg, I think you should, because we need to be able to learn from people who are able to bring out the best in people. And this is one thing that I live for. I live to bring out the best in people, and I will always keep talking extensively about emotional intelligence. Okay, the 7th quality is integrity. Oh my God, I cannot underline this quality enough. Trust is that foundation of any successful business, and trust is built because of your integrity. Trust is built because you say what you will do, and then you keep your word no matter what. Integrity is not doing things a certain way when people are watching. What is it that you're doing when people aren't watching? So how are you driving your car at 3 a.m. in the morning? Are you abiding by the signal rules? Are you vigilant when nobody else is watching, when there aren't any cameras, when there aren't any police people? That is the most important aspect. So integrity in every area of your life. You say what you mean, and you mean what you say. You stand by your word no matter what. You keep your word no matter what. That's how you build trust. And when you build trust, obviously you build credibility as well. Now, leaders have to exhibit honesty. Yes, agreed. You have to have that integrity in your action, in your words, in your decisions, in the way that you interact with people. You have to be able to exhibit integrity in every area of your life. So you can't just do it in your work area, but even in your home space, even in your relationships, which are personal relationships, you need to be able to show that, display that integrity, because the way you do anything is the way you do everything. And that specifically stands true when it comes to integrity, my friends, because integrity is that kind of thing. If you have it in one area in your life, believe me, you are more than likely to have it in every single area in your life. Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks, prioritized integrity by promoting fair trade and sustainability in the coffee supply chain. And he also did that by fostering an inclusive, socially responsible kind of a corporate culture. And I want you to look around you today. That's one of the things that I would love for you to do. Look around you and figure out what kind of people are around you. How do they maintain integrity in their lives? How do you have mentors who keep their word and are people of high integrity? Are you a person of high integrity? Something else that I want you to ask yourself as well. All right. And with that, we come to the last quality that I'm covering in this particular video. It is team building. Of course, leaders need to be amazing team builders. You have to be skilled at assembling and developing high-performing teams. You need to operate by a code. My mentor, Blair Singer, constantly talks about the code of honor, constantly, because that is what he stands by. He's built his entire life, his entire, coaching business, his whatever other things that he does in his life as well. He's got a code of honor, and we constantly talk about when you want to build teams, you need to build teams by a code. You want to build communities, build a community by a code. Have a code of honor. Okay, it's crucial, because that's when you will stop yourself from sabotaging your own success and your own leadership success as well. So have a code for yourself, have a code of honor for your team, have a code of honor for your family. Be skilled at letting people understand each other. At the only way that you can develop high performing teams is by helping them understand, if they live by this code, if they perform and act and take action by this code, they are going to be able to perform well. Because when you have a code, there's clarity, there's no confusion. When your thoughts, your actions are aligned, or your thoughts, your feelings are aligned with your actions, that's when you will be able to manifest the things that you want to manifest. As a team, you will then start thinking about the others as well. So again, when there comes a code, you start thinking about it from the team's perspective as well. It's not I, me and myself in a code, right? And that's very, very crucial if you want to start building high performing teams, having a code of honor. And it also includes recognizing and harnessing the strengths of your different teammates. It definitely starts with fostering collaboration amongst the teammates as well. Being able to make that happen, it'll become seamless when you have a code of honor, because then everybody knows, okay, these are the rules and regulations that we operate by. Nobody oversteps these, and then we're all, we all have each other's back when we have a code of honor, right? Also, you need to be able to be equipping your people with resolving conflicts, the skills required to resolve conflicts. That, my friends, is a beautiful attribute to have, being a team builder. Because as a leader, you want to be able to build teams. From those teams, you will start figuring out who are you going to be your next line of leaders. And then from there, you will start analyzing, how am I going to grow this organization in such a way that beyond a point, I'm going to let go of this leadership, the leadership mantle will be on somebody else, and I will take on another role, or I will look at higher things, bigger things, right? And that is how an organization grows. So always keep in mind that for you to be able to become that leader, actually it's a very easy, very simple process. I would say, it's a simple process, but it's not as easily done as it's said. And you have to be able to consciously tell yourself that, yes, I want to become the leader that I really want to be able to affect that change. I want to make that impact. I definitely want to influence people. I want to build my income, and that's the only time that's going to it's going to be possible. Beautiful leadership example when it comes to team building that I want to give you is Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon. He's built high-performing teams constantly, and within the company, of course, by focusing on hiring top talent. You see the kind of talent that Amazon hires is amazing. I have a few of my friends who are hired by Amazon, and these guys are amazing. Whatever they've done in their life so far, they have been super awesome. And when you see, it's like saying, you do the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So at least the hiring talent aspect of it is bang on over there, right? Promoting a customer-centric culture is something that Jeff Bezos has also promoted in Amazon. And he's constantly also encouraging, in some way or the other, innovation. And I think that also helps team development happen, right? It helps people to build better, stronger teams, right? So here are my 8 attributes, or for that matter, you can call them qualities, that a leader, according to me, needs to have. I am going to be making the next video, which will obviously give you an idea about what are the other 8 qualities. There are 16 of those. What are the other 8 qualities that you definitely need to have? So how many of you found this particular video very, very useful, and you think that with the examples that I've also given you, you would probably be able to read up about these people and how they fostered specific qualities as leaders, and that would also help you? Do write your comments in the comment box. I'm going to wait for you people to share with me what have been your breakthroughs with these few things that I've been able to mention that you should incorporate in in your own lives so that you can become the leader that you truly are chosen to be. Okay, I'm Pallavii Raj. I'm out of here at this point in time, but catch you very, very soon, and definitely attend my free masterclass. It's called Charismatic Communication Heart to Hearts. It happens every Thursday at 8 p.m. Please go to charismaticcommunicatorshub.com and go ahead and register for my free masterclass. And for sure, I'm going to be able to see you inside so that I can coach you, but you can of course decide whether you want to be coached by me after you attend my free masterclass. All right, and yes, definitely, if you haven't done it already, click on that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that every time a new video comes out, you are going to be able to see it. All right, ciao for now, folks. Bye bye, and God bless you all. Thank you very much for watching.